Hello, and welcome to yet another episode of A Couple of Switch. And I know, before you guys say something, the Omnimon video has been recorded, so don't worry, it's currently in production. It's just going to take a little while to get it done, so in the meanwhile I just wanted to get out a quick little combo video, just to give you guys something. And why not then do it with my latest pet project, Alter S. And let me tell you, this deck really surprised me. When people were hyping this deck up, it really felt like it was just a meme and nothing else, like a high rolling meme that would never work and always bricks. And crazily enough, that is not true. I playtested this deck quite a lot. It has won against Black War Greymon, Security Control, Raven, Dark Knightmon, Armor Rush, and with confidence even, and that honestly surprised me. And here today I'm going to recreate probably the most insane game I've ever had with this deck so far against Bloomlord, where I 100% in a game against a very lovely friend OTK them on the second turn from free memory. And yeah, that sure sounds crazy, but once this deck gets going, if you guff the nuts, like, it's pretty much impossible for your opponent to stop you. But just as always, instead of just talking about it, let's do it. So for this game, my opponent is on the play. He will hatch. I've always Kokomon into a Palmon, and then just simply playing a green memory boost, passing our turn at 3. Just because he decided to put me on free memories on my first turn, I am able to do something pretty nutty. I'll draw for turn, hatch, Cinnamon, Elving Cinnamon into Gabumon for 0, draw. From our hand we'll play Nokia for free cost, and man, I'm so happy to finally have a great deck to use my Nokias in. I've missed this girl so much. I've not played this card since BT5, and I'm so hyped that this fits the deck absolutely perfect. So let's trigger her on play effect. You may play one Agumon or Gabumon from your hand without paying the memory cost. So let's play out Agumon for free. Triggering his on play effect. Reveal the top 3 cards of your deck. Add 1 Digimon card with Greymon in its name and 1 Digimon card with Gabumon, Garurumon or Omnimon in its name to your hand. Place the rest on the top of your deck in any order. And let me tell you, this is both a curse and a blessing, because sometimes it's really great the fact, like in this situation, we got a double hit. And knowing what's on top of our deck is really gonna benefit us in this situation. Because of this effect, you are at the mercy of the top deck. If you reveal 3 cards that you can't take to your hand, and you have no way of actually flushing them down to the bottom of your deck, you're going to be stuck, because I've had games where the top 10 cards I didn't find a secondary level 4 and I was just dead. But in this scenario I got the Greymon and a Garurumon, adding both to my hand and putting the Matt Ishida and Tai Kamiya to the top of the deck. But like I said, since I was left at free memory, meaning that I could play this out without passing turn, I can choke my opponent in a way that's very beneficial for me. So I will Agumon into Greymon, reducing it for 1, so don't be 1 cost. I'll draw for Evolution, and hey, look at that. When Digivolving, if you don't have a Tamer with Taikami in its name in play, you may play 1 Tamer card with Taikami in its name from your hand without paying the cost. That was our first turn, and we are already so incredibly ahead. So my opponent is now at 1. It looks kind of bad. My opponent has no way of interacting with our board state whatsoever, and they can't really do the things that Bloomlord and Hydra can do this turn. So what I decided to do is evolve Palmon into a Vegemon in Racing, going to 0, and then just simply evolving the Vegemon into an Agitar for free, passing the turn back to free to me. So with a memory boost and an Agitar in Racing, we are in big trouble next turn. But for now, let's unsuspend and draw. We'll promote the Gabumon. Looking at my hand and looking at the board state, I did some math. This deck truly enables you to draw and search quite a lot in one turn, so sometimes you just have to say, ah, fuck it, let's just go for it, even though you don't have everything in hand. Like, you only need to miss one piece in your hand for you to not be able to do this at all. I have to either search or find every single piece of the puzzle along the way for this to work. But I have an incredibly good hand, and I realized that if I swing with the Greymon into our opponent's security and he dies, we will win this turn. And besides, I don't lose anything by just swinging with Greymon into our opponent's security for the first damage this turn, and we reveal an Agitar. So, he actually dies. Well, that's great. We're off to the races then. So let the insanity begin. We'll begin by evolving Gabumon into Garurumon, tapping the Nokia, so it will only cost 1, going to 2. Before activating Garurumon's when digivolving effect, we will choose to activate Matt Ishida and Taikamiya's your turn once per turn effect. When one of your Digimon digivolves, if you have one or fewer Digimon in play, you may play one Gabumon if that Digimon is Greymon, or one Agumon if that Digimon is Garurumon, from your hand or trash without paying its cost. So we'll resummon the Agumon from trash for free, triggering its on-play effect, we will top 3. We can add one Greymon and one Digimon with Gabumon, Garurumon, or Omnimon in its name to our hand. And hey, double hit, Greymon, and Crest Garurumon to our hand. And Nokia to the top of our deck. And now let's not forget, when you play a Gabumon or Agumon by suspending this tamer, we'll gain 1 memory. Now we will trigger Garurumon's when digivolving effect. One of your other Digimon may digivolve into a level 6 or lower Digimon card with Greymon in its name in your hand for the Digillusion cost. When that Digimon would digivolve by this effect, reduce the cost by 2. So we'll evolve Agumon into Greymon for 0, drawing a card. Effects. Gabumon, since we evolved one of our other Digimons, will gain 1 memory. Summon, when one of your other Digimon digivolves, will draw 1. Greymon, when digivolving, one of your other Digimon may digivolve into level 6 or lower Digimon card with Garurumon in its name, with a reduced cost of 2. So we'll evolve Garurumon into Garurumon for 1, drawing a card, triggering Agumon. When one of your other Digimon digivolves, you gain 1 memory, so we'll gain that memory immediately back. Garurumon effect, when one of your other Digimon may digivolve into level 6 or lower card with Greymon in its name, Greymon becomes Metal Greymon for 1, draw a card. Metal Greymon effect, we can digivolve one of our Digimon into Garurumon in its name for a reduced cost of 2. Where Garurumon becomes Crest Garurumon for 1, since it's free cost from a Where Garurumon. Crest Garurumon effect, he has 3 different when digivolving effects that we can proc. One being that we can bottom deck up to any Digimon that has a play cost of 6 combined, but we'll choose to activate the effect. One of your other Digimon may digivolve into a level 6 or lower Digimon card with Greymon in its name from your hand without paying the cost. Meaning that we can evolve the Metal Greymon into Blitz Greymon for 0, draw. Now, we've actually gone so fast up into our big boys here that we don't even have anything to de-digivolve, bottom deck, or remove. But before we go completely nuts, let's just say the effect fizzles. So we'll swing with the Crest Garurumon into our opponent's security, doing their second damage this turn, and then Crest Garurumon and Blitz Greymon with Jogress, Alter S for 0, draw. And I just want to take a moment here just to appreciate Naochika's art. I'm sorry if I pronounced that name wrong, but his artistry is just such perfection. And this Omnimon Alter S is truly one of the best looking cards in the game thus far. It looks absolutely phenomenal. Alter S when digivolving effect. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon with 8000 DP or less, and return one of your opponent's level 6 or higher Digimon to the bottom of its owner's deck. So yes, Alter S is a very, very good interaction on our opponent's board, destroying something that they've gotten out early on, or potentially bottom decking one of their later game pieces. But as of right now, our opponent has nothing for Alter S to destroy. Alter S also has a very interesting All-Turns effect, and this is probably why the deck is so good overall, because as long as you can go into an Alter S, like not even jog-dressing into one, just simply evolving onto one of your level 6s, his All-Turns effect makes it so that when he would leave the battlefield by any means, you will recover him into the bottom of your security, and you can play out a Kreskirumon and a Blitzgreymon out from his sources for absolutely no cost. This is the reason why this deck absolutely steamrolls security control, because you will just swing, you will activate effect when attacking. If this Digimon has Omnimon in his name, trash the top card of your opponent's security, and if it dies, these boys pop out, and you can just immediately go into a new Alter S from your hand. He got Rush, we can immediately smash again to trash another security, he dies, and boom, 2 out again. So once the Alter S hits the board, the opponent is going to have a very big problem on their hands, as long as they don't play the Digivolve, of course. But hey, I thought we were gonna kill our opponent here, so let's get back into that. We'll evolve the Alter S into Omnimon Alter B for 2 cost, going to 0 draw. Activating is when Digivolving effect. Digivolve free on one of our opponent's Digimon, then we may delete any of our opponent's Digimon with a total play cost of 6. And yet again our opponent's board is empty except all of the tiers on his playmat, which we sadly can't delete. So we'll swing with Omnimon Alter B into our opponent's security, triggering Blitzgreymon's effect. When attacking, if this Digimon has Omnimon in its name, trash the top card of your opponent's security, and then will trigger Omnimon Alter B's when attacking effect by trashing up to 3 level 6s or higher Digimon cards from this Digimon's sources. We can delete up to that many Digimon and Tamers with the lowest cost. But if we trash 3 cards from Omnimon Alter B's sources, we can trash the top 2 cards of our opponent's security, meaning that Alter B hits for game. And now, yeah, this was the highest of high rolls of all time. Like, me being able to get such good card draws while getting the perfect memory in resources in that short of a time, it's just absolutely incredible. But seriously though, it's actually crazy how fast this deck can go sometimes. Though you will have games where you'll just be missing one piece, and you won't be able to do that much, which is incredibly frustrating, trust me. But the fact of the matter that this actually happens more often than not, since once the Alter S hits the board, well, you are in a position to win if they can deal with it properly. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this a little bit shorter combo video while you're waiting on the Anubismon video. I've had a great time playtesting this deck. It's the only deck I've been playing since EX4 come out, while I'm waiting for all of my blue flare cards. So remember to always leave a like, a subscribe, and thanks for all of the support. Have a very nice day now. Bye bye!